From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Wednesday morning. Thankfully, the wind's not as strong for this morning, and that does bear a lot of relevance when it comes to a couple of the fires that are on the map, and we will guide you through those here in just a second. Temperature is feeling fantastic, 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 50s in the Cascades, and 40s and 50s in the Blues. Your day planner forecast for today for lower elevations is going to be into the mid to upper 70s around lunchtime, and then pretty close to 90 degrees at the peak of daytime heating. We're going to be even hotter for Thursday and Friday, around 100 degrees in the lower Columbia Basin. A little bit cooler, much more seasonal for Saturday through Tuesday. We could have some shower and thunderstorm chances for the Cascades and Blues on Monday and Tuesday. Looks like lower elevations will probably keep it dry. Okay, now on to the fires. One we actually have a visual on in Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bimart. This is Interstate 82. Washington 24 is just off the page here. And this fire, the East Viola fire, is just to the south of the wastewater facility in Yakima. So let's go ahead and show you that on the map. You see kind of nestled here in between Yakima and Union Gap. There's I-82, and then Washington 24 is right there. The wastewater facility is here, and that is where the fire is. Still don't have any word on acreage or containment, but there's still level 3 go now evacuations. These were handed down last night, but they're still in place for both sides of the Yakima River, south of the Nob Hill overpass to the I-82 bridge by Union Gap. If there are updates to that, of course, we will pass that information along. Another fire that doesn't have any more evacuations on it, but the Boundary fire that is burning right on the boundary of Yakima and Klickitat counties, 500 acres near BIA Road 272, just to the south of Mabton. But again, the evacuations on this one have been lifted. If we have any more information on any of these fires, we'll pass that along on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, keeping a close eye on that East Viola fire in Yakima, as Josh just mentioned. We're closely monitoring it this morning as that brush fire has jumped the freeway, prompting those evacuation orders, torching a local restaurant's roof. We're going to know what crews are doing this morning from trying to keep it of spreading.
In an unusual scene outside a busy retail strip in Kennewick, investigators say a man covered in black face paint was handing out cash and talking about violence. We have what police found in his car.
And Pasco's one step closer to naming its next city manager. The mayor says final talks are underway and they're looking for a candidate who's ready to hit the ground running. These headlines and more coming up on Good Morning Northwest, so it starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Wednesday, July 16th, halfway through the week.
Hump day.
Yep. And it's going to be another toasty one. Of course, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth and your full First Alert forecast coming up. But keeping a really close eye on fires this morning.
Yeah, we're starting with our fire watch, and we're focusing on that brush fire near East Viola Avenue in Yakima.
Yeah, the one Josh was just talking about moments ago. Crews, of course, still on scene working to contain those flames, and those evacuation orders still remain in effect.
The fire sparked yesterday afternoon and quickly grew, with embers jumping Interstate 82 and igniting the roof of the Gear Jammer truck stop.
So firefighters acted fast, of course, to contain that structure fire. Still no word just on how much damage, though, it might have caused.
Meanwhile, a DNR helicopter was brought in to drop water on hotspots in that brush fire, while Washington State Patrol and DOT helped control traffic in the area.
Crews have been working through the night. They're expected to stay on scene as conditions, of course, can continue to shift. And, we have a live picture of it that we can see here from our Bimart camera, and smoke definitely still smoldering from that area.
And the Yakima Greenway is closed south of Nob Hill Boulevard to State Route 24. So stay with us on Good Morning Northwest as we continue to monitor the situation and work to bring you the latest updates.
Yeah, those level 3 evacuation orders still in effect. So we'll keep you, of course, updated as we learn more. High temperatures, strong winds, fire crews across the region. They've been working around the clock to contain not just that fire, but multiple fires.
And this morning, we're learning more about the brush fire that sparked along Badger Road, which we first told you about yesterday morning.
So this fast-moving fire was quickly boxed in by several responding fire agencies, all thanks in part to its location between the railroad tracks and the road.
Now, Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz explains how those defensible spaces can be the difference between major damage and a successful stop.
A house, a barn, and several vehicles were burned in the Badger Road fire that started Monday night. And according to Benton County Fire District 1 Chief Scott Leparco, the damage almost didn't end there.
all things considered, it went as good as it could for a wind-driven fire, being able to have it partially contained when we got there and being able to actually stop it.
Loparco says that the fire started in multiple spots alongside some nearby train tracks, spreading quickly through dry sagebrush due to high winds and temperatures. The blaze could have spread even more before firefighters arrived if it wasn't for two lucky barriers.
Well, I think the main thing that helped us slow it down was it had railroad tracks on one side and Badger Road on the other. And then, of course, with the quick actions of our crews and our help from other agencies, we were able to stop the two ends of it from spreading very far.
Loparco says fighting the wildfire was all hands on deck, and his crews were able to bring the blaze under control with help from other local fire agencies. The fire was put out early Tuesday morning.
We've got crews bouncing back and forth between there and Badger Canyon and any recent fires today, just kind of checking and making sure everything's under control, patrolling, doing some additional mop up and that type of thing.
Fire safety is key to preventing wildfires, especially in the dry and hot conditions of summer.
Think about what it's going to do when it gets out of your property. You know, is there going to be a problem? If it starts in your yard, maybe not such a big deal, but is it then going to travel to the neighbors and keep going and make a bigger issue for your neighbors and the fire department?
Benson County Fire District 1 will continue to check the area for hot spots. Reporting in Benson County, Caleb Sipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Caleb. Now to a crime alert this morning out of Kennewick. An unusual scene outside Ranch and Home leads to an arrest yesterday afternoon. Authorities say a man was acting erratic, wearing black paint on his face in the shape of a cross. Officers identified him as Michael Pyatt, who was handing out $100 bills and talking about harming people. He admitted to using cocaine, and police found video of him driving just before his arrest. Pyatt was taken into custody for driving on a suspended license and under the influence, and his car is now part of a search warrant investigation. And the city of Pasco is in its final steps in selecting its next city manager.
Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia reports on how the city plans to narrow down its top 3 finalists.
Harold Stewart, David Stockdale, Eric Swanson. Pasco Mayor Pete Serrano says these 3 city manager finalists have been introduced to the community, city officials, and staff. Feedback has been given, and now it's time to finalize the details.
Then the next thing is give direction to the consultant to go out and negotiate a contract when we figure out who that number 1 is, and as we have the ability to determine who we want to move forward with. And so we're hopeful that process will happen over the next week of sticking the landing on the candidate and starting to negotiate.
Mayor Serrano says the best person for the job will not only be highly skilled, but also be specialized.
If we've got someone that can reach, the Hispanic community, it would be helpful. We did look for someone who's bilingual. We do have one who is. That won't be the driving factor, but that will be a heavy contributing factor. And also the ability to just, again, we want a professional who understands the role of city manager.
Mayor Serrano says the next city manager will be someone that's willing to put in the work for the community.
So they're not coming in and asking, well, can I do this? Should I do this? When do I need to do this? Want someone who can hit the ground running. We have a lot of projects going on, as you know. We've got everything that's happening with all the building in Pasco. We've got the Broadmoor. We've got all the road construction. We've got other parts of the city that are growing.
Serrano says ultimately he wants someone who's going to really put their roots in the community and be the next generation of Pasco. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
And the mayor says he hopes to have the next city manager's contract finalized by the end of this month.
Of course, we will continue to follow the developments closely and give you the very latest updates as they become available to us in the newsroom.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, inflation numbers are on the rise, but President Trump says it's nothing to worry about. Why economists disagree and what tariffs could mean for your wallet is up next.
And giving you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima, keeping a very close eye on this fire burning right along Interstate 82 in Yakima. Level 3 evacuation orders in place still because of the Viola fire burning. You can see the smoke coming from that area. Crews on scene as we speak. We, of course, will break down your fire forecast for you, and Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth will have your first alert forecast as well. We're back after the break.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Hi, I'm Debbie Robertson. I'm just putting on the sales tags for the Nissan Summer Sales Event going on right now at Bill Robertson Nissan. We brought in extra inventory just for this event.
Drive a new Nissan Rogue, 0% financing for 60 months and sale priced at $31,999. Or step up to a 2025 Pathfinder, 0% for 60 months starting at just $36,950. Get into a brand new Murano, 0% for 60 months starting at $41,999.
So come see us today at Bill and Debbie Robertson Nissan.
Hey there, cool cats and groovy gals. Looking for a place where the good times roll? Cruise into Town Square Adult Day Center in Kennewick, where the jukebox is jumping and the vibes are always good. Games, music, laughs, and a crew that treats you like solid gold. Way more fun than sitting at home watching the tube. Don't be a square. Make every day a blast from the past. Check out our early enrollment specials. Town Square Adult Day Center, where feeling young at heart is always in style.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
It is Operation Best Friend every Wednesday as we feature lovable pets from area shelters all looking for their forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Christine Connolly, As You Wish Real Estate Services, and the Manthei Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Only the ESPYs brings all the greatest athletes under one roof. Celebrate the year's biggest moments in sports.
Hosted by me, Shane Gillis.
Live tonight on ABC.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee Weather, Apple Valley News Now, on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. There is a red flag warning in place today, but technically on the outside of our viewing area. This would be in the Seattle market, but for the Cascades, it's close enough. This goes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., so we'll watch for the fire start potential there very closely. Now on to temperatures for this morning, mostly in the 50s in Kittitas County, although we're seeing some low 60s down towards Vantage. In the Yakima Valley, 50s and 60s. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, also 50s and 60s, 57 for the Tri-Cities, 61 for Benton City. Then for the Blue Foothills, also seeing that same mixture, 50s and 60s and 40s and 50s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Okay, here's your CodeCast for today for the Tri-Cities, light jacket stuff for this morning, and then around 10 a.m. should be sunny and 75, and then we'll be into the 90s at the peak of daytime heating. So for today, highs will be seasonal for the middle of July. So that means low to mid 90s for lower elevations. Lots of sunshine out there. Some of it could be filtered by some haze. Let's go ahead and show you Futurecast upper level wildfire smoke. And whenever we see this tan color, that's when it's really noticeable up in the sky. And so we're not going to see a whole lot of that for today, but if this boundary fire starts to flare up into the afternoon with winds pushing out of the west, that could put some of that light upper level haze in Hermiston and Walla Walla as we head into the evening. Much thicker smoke in southern portions of Umatilla and Morrow counties because of some of the fires that are burning in central Oregon. But as we head into tomorrow, the story once again becomes the heat could be up around 100 in the lower Columbia Basin. I'll show you what happens after that coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 5:14 now. Taking a look at national headlines. The latest inflation numbers are slightly higher than expected. Government numbers show inflation is up 2.7% from this time last year.
The price of food, furniture, and toys all higher, and President Trump brushing those numbers aside, saying they're exactly as anticipated. Perry Russum has the full breakdown.
President Trump brushing off the latest numbers on inflation, up 2.7% from this time last year, its highest level since February.
Very slight. Essentially, they were exactly as anticipated. Very low inflation.
Economists say we are just starting to see some of the effects of Trump's tariffs. The cost of houses and apartments up 0.2%, food 0.3%, furniture 1%, toys up nearly 2%. Prices are down for eggs, new and used vehicles, and airfare. The numbers appear to undercut the president's claims that Americans would not face higher prices from his trade war. Trump once again slamming Fed Chair Jerome Powell for not lowering interest rates.
He's way late. Interest rates should be coming down. We have a very, very successful country. We should have the lowest interest rate anywhere in the world, and we don't. Jerome Powell has done a terrible job.
The CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase reportedly defending the independence of the Federal Reserve. Jamie Dimon says the Fed's independence is absolutely critical. Powell's term as Fed chair is up next May.
Trump has made very clear that he wants to replace Powell. He hasn't said specific names, although he says there were 3 or 4 candidates they're strongly considering.
It comes as Trump announces more tariffs on other countries, this time a 19% tariff on Indonesia. It's a relatively small trading partner. Trump says he is open to negotiating with the European Union, despite saying the trade letters he sent are trade deals.
We are talking to the EU, and we're making progress.
And the president says pharmaceuticals will be tariffed probably by the end of the month.
And he says they'll start with a low tariff, give the companies a year or so to move the manufacturing to the U.S., and then make the tariff, in his words, quote, very high.
All right, keeping a close eye on it. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth as he not only is tracking your first alert forecast on this Wednesday, but also tracking the Viola fire that is burning in Yakima just alongside Interstate 82. We're keeping a close eye on this one. Live look of it right now. You can see the smoke kind of billowing from that vegetation fire. This is from our Bi-Mark camera in Yakima. There are level 3 evacuation orders still in place this morning as this fire jumped the interstate yesterday, sparking a structure fire at that restaurant there, the Trek Stop you see. So we're keeping a close eye on it. We'll keep you updated on the Viola fire as it continues to burn this morning. 5:17, we're back after the break.
System 1 loaded.
Summer adventure awaits in a rugged new Honda. It's time to chase the sun, wherever it takes you. With impressive Honda capability and exciting performance. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Hurry into your local Honda dealer during the summer event.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
I love how you're always thinking ahead.
Well, they don't call me Prepared Pat for nothing.
Guess that makes you forward-thinking Fiona.
Gotta protect your dreams.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
And that would be? Relieved Rudy?
Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away, Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're continuing to track this fire that's burning along the Greenway off the Yakima River. This is I-82, Washington 24, just off the map here, and the wastewater facility just off the map as well. We do have level 3 evacuations, at least as of 5:20 this morning. Level 3 go now evacuations for both sides of the Yakima River, south of the Nob Hill overpass to the I-82 bridge by Union Gap. So we'll continue to keep a very close eye on that. Now, wind's going to be very light for today, so that's going to be very beneficial to the firefighting efforts, not just for the East Viola fire, but also for the Boundary fire that's burning in southern Yakima County. Otherwise, today is going to be a sunny day, and it's going to be a little bit hotter compared to yesterday, but pretty seasonal stuff for this time of the year, as lower elevations mostly going to be in the low to mid 90s. For tonight, mostly clear skies. Could have some light upper level haze on the map. It's going to be a little bit thicker in southern Morrow and Umatilla counties. Overnight lows comfortable with 60s for lower elevations and 50s and 60s for the Cascades and the Blues. Tomorrow, a little bit hotter, could be around 100 degrees in the lower Columbia Basin, so this is going to be about 5-ish degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. And the winds a little bit more noticeable, but still there's going to be a lot of light winds on the map, and the strongest wind gusts probably going to be in the Kittitas Valley, only 25 miles per hour there. Okay, high temperatures, again, going up for Thursday and Friday. Friday, if you want to split hairs, technically could be a little bit hotter as opposed to Thursday. But then after that, high temperatures go back down not only to seasonal values, but actually a little bit below average for this time of the year for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And not just trending cooler, but at least for the mountains, trending a little bit wetter. We'll have some shower chances, both shower and thunderstorm chances for Monday and Tuesday for both mountain ranges. We'll keep a very close eye on the thunderstorm potential as lightning-induced fire is going to start to become an issue, at least potentially could become an issue the deeper we get into the summer. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, near 100 Thursday and Friday, but much more comfortable Saturday through Tuesday. In Yakima, mid-90s today through the end of the work week, then more seasonal stuff Saturday and beyond. In Ellensburg, winds pick up again Friday through Sunday. Per usual, we'll watch the fire start potential very closely. In Hermiston, highs around 100 tomorrow and Friday, then they'll hover around 90 Saturday through Tuesday. Finally, for Walla Walla, a bit hotter over the next couple days, but cooling off again this weekend and into the beginning of next week.
Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, some new information surrounding Beyonce's unreleased music that was stolen. Police say flash drives packed with top secret files were swiped just days before her Atlanta shows. Now investigators say they know who did it. We have the latest on the search for the suspect coming up next in your entertainment headlines.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Too busy being busy? Then it's about time you got lazy. Real lazy. And shop the brands that invented truly comfortable furniture. So kick your feet up, because Lazy Boy is now at Furniture Row. Browse and drowse in our collection of stylish and customizable recliners and sofas, and experience the durability and relaxation you've come to expect from Lazy Boy. Plus, unwind guilt-free with special no-interest financing. Here's to doing less in some well-deserved comfort with the Lazy Boy collection, now at Furniture Row.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Hey there, cool cats and groovy gals. Looking for a place where the good times roll? Cruise into Town Square Adult Day Center in Kennewick, where the jukebox is jumping and the vibes are always good. Games, music, laughs, and a crew that treats you like solid gold. Way more fun than sitting at home watching the tube. Don't be a square. Make every day a blast from the past. Check out our early enrollment specials. Town Square Adult Day Center, where feeling young at heart is always in style.
An awesome canyon so close to home on Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest and your entertainment headlines. More information coming to light as music icon Beyonce is looking to police to hopefully cuff it or handcuff whoever apparently stole her music. Just giggling over here.
That was silly. This story isn't silly, though. This is really serious. Police saying the suspect broke into a choreographer's car in Atlanta, stealing files of Beyonce's music that haven't been released yet, and they stole more than just that.
So this morning, Rena Roy explains what we know so far.
On the Beehive's most wanted list, the person police say stole superstar Beyonce's music. Investigators say the unreleased files were on a laptop and flash drives, all swiped last week in Atlanta. New 911 audio capturing the moment the burglary was reported to Atlanta police.
And it's really, really important information in there. Like, I work with someone who's like of a high status.
Beyonce and her team were in Atlanta for her incredibly popular Cowboy Carter tour. Police say the electronics were stolen just after 8 p.m. on July 8th from her choreographer's Jeep Wagoneer in this Northeast Atlanta parking garage.
They stole like my computers and everything, but it has a tracker on it.
According to the incident report, the thieves broke the trunk window, making off with 5 jump drives containing watermarked music and some unreleased music, plans for the show, plus past and future set lists. Laptops, designer clothing, 2 suitcases, and a pair of AirPods were also taken.
I think it's an automatic surprise to think that something from Beyonce could be just taken so quickly, and not knowing what is in those hard drives, I think came as a complete shock to fans, because with Beyonce, everything is always so lock and key. Everything is under high security.
The incident happened just 2 days before the singer began the first of her 4-night stint in Atlanta. While police say they have an arrest warrant for a suspect, the identity of that suspect has not been released.
So police say that they are following up on multiple leads. They are scouring through evidence like fingerprints that were taken from the scene, surveillance cameras, which actually captured the break-in. What I haven't heard yet, and maybe you guys have, and I just haven't processed the whole story, but do you think the person, the suspect that they've identified, do you think they knew what they were doing? Like, do you think they knew that was Beyonce's choreographer? Do you think they knew that, like, that's what they were going after? Or was it just a random car burglary?
It really could be either or.
That ended up becoming so much more.
I would think that whatever is in that car is like more under lock and key, so maybe, but maybe not, you know?
I don't know, just a modern day Jeep Wagoneer in the parking lot. I don't know.
So I don't.
Maybe it was a crime of passion and it just sort of a spur of the moment thing, but I don't know.
I think that yesterday someone kidnapped Rihanna's hard drive and released the music.
Yes, that's what we need. That's what we need.
To your point, I think they knew what they were doing. That's just conjecture, though. So that's
no, and that's what I'm just wondering. Yeah, we don't know, I guess, right? If that person knew, okay, this is Beyonce's stuff, I'm targeting this. Or like I said, it was just a random, and like they really got away with something big.
What a find!
Yeah,
right?
Something
you wouldn't even know what's on it,
that.
and like you hear all the news, and you're like, oh,
that's what I have.
Yeah.
Plot twist. Interesting. Okay, we'll keep you updated on it. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. It was a close call in Kennewick after a driver nearly hit a pedestrian before an off-duty officer stepped in. What we're learning about the driver and how police got involved. That's coming up next.
Plus, from a van to the fastest boats in the world, meet the Hermiston artists behind some of the hydroplane racing's most iconic designs. All the details are in your next half hour, but first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, an ad blocker for the real world. It's an app that was developed for Snap's Spectacle AR glasses by a software engineer in Belgium. Cameras on the glasses work with Google's Gemini to identify ads and slap a blocker over them. Creator admits it's a work in progress for now. The Stream Your Own Game feature on Xbox is coming to PCs. The company says insiders with Game Pass Ultimate subscriptions may begin streaming games they own straight from the Xbox PC app. The feature will include some games available only on the console. And something new from Grok. The chatbot owned by Elon Musk is now offering AI companions. One is a flirty anime goth girl with a sultry voice, and there's a red panda that uses vulgar and violent language. The Grok companions are only available to paid subscribers. I think by adding anime, Grok is hoping to draw more users. Those are your Tech Bites.
To be a pet parent is to be human. Sometimes we feel guilty, even when it's for their own good. It's not always a walk in the park. That's why more and more pet people rely on Hill's with scientifically proven formulas to give more love than humanly possible. Because you're only human, there's Hill's. Science does more.
Let's get started. Bill, where's your mask?
I really tried sleeping with it, everybody. Now I sleep with Inspire.
Inspire? No mask?
No hose? Just sleep.
Learn more and view important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Bye, honey.
Morning breath, huh?
Dr. Garcia?
Reality checkup! That's millions of bacteria growing overnight.
Crest Pro Health helps prevent oral health issues before they start.
I'm so much fresher!
Crest.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, what are we at now? 3-degree guarantee?
Yeah, so I would call this Beyonce pocket change, but this is like real money for the rest of us. Yesterday we went with the forecast
This is
high.
real money.
Yes, went with forecast high 90 yesterday in Pasco. Tri-Cities have verified at 88, so the jackpot up to $175. And so for today, a little bit toastier out there. I'm going with a forecast high of 93 in Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 90 to 96, the jackpot's going to hit $200. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, now what's on your screen is the East Viola fire that is burning in Yakima. This is I-82, Washington 24, just off the page. This is south of the wastewater facility, and this is right on the Greenway. We still have level 3 evacuations in place. We'll talk to you about those more coming up a little bit later in the show. But the good news here is that the winds are much calmer this morning as opposed to yesterday morning. So that is going to be very advantageous to the firefighters, not only working on that fire, but also working on the boundary fire on the border of Klickitat in Yakima counties. Right now, temperatures in the 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 50s in the Cascades, 40s and 50s in the Blues. Your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities is going to be my favorite kind of weather by 10 a.m., sunny and 75, then around 80 at lunchtime, and then into the mid-90s at the peak of daytime heating. This is actually going to be pretty normal for this time of the year, so I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, and I'll show you the vegetation dryness for today. So that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. We begin this half hour of news with a crime alert out of Kennewick. A potentially dangerous situation was stopped just in time, all thanks to the quick thinking of an off-duty Benton County deputy.
That deputy spotted a Dodge Durango swerving all over the road near West Canal Drive and West Quinault Avenue. And this was around 4 p.m. yesterday, and the deputy even saw it nearly hit a pedestrian.
It's such a scary situation. So Kennewick police then responded quickly. They pulled that vehicle over within just minutes. After a DUI investigation, they determined that 29-year-old Kendra Schatz was under the influence.
Schatz is expected to be booked into the Benton County Jail once the investigation wraps up.
Authorities say that, of course, this could have ended much worse, but all thanks to that quick thinking deputy and his vigilance, no one was hurt.
Taking a look at local living this morning, if you're heading out to the water follies at the end of the month, you know it's going to be packed. Tens of thousands are expected to be at the shores of the Columbia River, which is why local agencies have been hard at work for months getting ready for it. So Kennewick police say more than 20 officers will be patrolling during the event, some on foot, others on ATVs. Washington State Patrol will also be on hand to keep things running smoothly. And Sergeant Michael Rosane with KPD says safety is a top priority, but so is the celebration.
This is a detail that we expect and we do every year, so it's a special event that we specifically assign additional officers to. And we're down in the park for presence and to make sure everybody's having a great time.
Rosane says KPD will still have coverage across the city while the event is underway. Fire crews will also be on standby, including units near the pits in case of any fuel-related emergencies. And police are reminding everyone to stay alert, report anything suspicious, and also have fun out there.
And speaking of water follies, you might not know his name, but if you've watched hydroplane racing, you've definitely seen Eric Pietring's work. It's a flyby at over 200 miles per hour is where you've seen this probably. So Eric and his paint work, they're known across the world of hydroplane racing. He's a Hermiston-based artist, and he got his start with an airbrush that was gifted to him by his former in-laws. And what started as painting motocross jerseys in a van, as he did it all across the country, he eventually turned into painting some of the biggest names in H1 Unlimited racing. So these days, Eric's still working on helmets, cars, and yes, even boats for the water follies.
Every race, that they would, be involved in stuff, that I would have like a new helmet that I would deliver like to Dave Villwalk, or I would deliver to Mark Evans or whatever, and people would see that.
I love it. He says that he has painted more than 5,000 items for H1 teams spanning more than a decade, and you can look for Eric's newest work out on the water during Water Follies weekend, which runs July 25th through the 27th.
Looking to Yakima now, where healthcare workers are taking steps to advocate for themselves and their patients. Apple Valley News Now's Natalie Keller sat down with one of these providers to learn more on how.
For the last 7.5 years, Megan Colleran has worked as a nurse practitioner at Yakima Pediatrics, one of the 6 clinics in the area owned by Community Health of Central Washington. But over the last 14 months, she's spent much of her free time working on a project she says will help both her colleagues and patients, unionizing.
We are in times of changing healthcare situations and circumstances, and we want to have a bigger voice and seat at the table when we are advocating for our patients, the care that they're receiving.
On Wednesday, about 100 healthcare providers from Community Health of Central Washington filed for representation with the Union of American Physicians and Dentists.
I would just say we're trying to be proactive in the environment that we work in versus letting things get to a point where we're really unhappy or having it negatively affect our patients.
More steps lay ahead for these healthcare workers before they can officially unionize. Now that they've filed to unionize, they'll have to take it to a vote between the 126 members to decide whether or not they want to continue moving forward.
Colleran says she hopes the efforts will inspire other healthcare providers.
Hopefully we can have a bigger impact and show that other organizations, you too can do this.
Community Health of Central Washington will determine the day and time of the vote and whether it's held in person or through mail-in ballots. The organization has not responded to a request for comment. From Yakima, Natalie Keller, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Natalie. Now, if the workers vote to unionize, Colleran says they will move on to collective bargaining, and we'll keep you updated as the story develops. Making a difference now this morning, the Benton County Veterans Therapy Court is helping vets navigate the justice system through mentorship and treatment.
Dakota Music says that he felt hopeless before entering the program, and now after graduating, he says his perspective has shifted and he is better equipped to navigate challenges.
Following the ceremony, graduates are allowed to shred their former charges and their records are cleaned.
So graduates of the program often come back to help as mentors. It's something that the program hopes Dakota does.
And the program has graduated more than 70 participants so far. Good people doing good things.
I know, I just love it.
Doing good in the first place.
Good, yeah. And then, I always love that too, when someone goes through a hard time and they kind of, reevaluate and realign, and then they give back.
And speak on it.
Yes.
Because that's what helps other people.
Yes, exactly. Because you're not on an island, you're not going through it alone.
Exactly.
And then they come back and they mentor and say, hey, I've been there too. I know what's going on. I think that's great.
I love it.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Yes, TV is known for reruns, but in this case, you will love the returning character. Coming up, we'll take another look at our friend Bart, who is still looking for his forever family. Stick around because Operation Best Friend is coming up.
But first, Josh Colbreth will have another look at your weather forecast. Keep it here. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthei Group Cross Country Mortgage.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
Our number one service here at NIU Women's Clinic and Aesthetics is our weight loss program. Our program is really focused on a lifestyle change. We want our patients to be able to lose around 10 to 15 pounds of weight loss a month is what we see. But when they're done with us on the program, we want them to be able to keep that weight off. We don't want to see them yo-yo.
So I've lost about 40 to 50 pounds, and that's been over the span of 3 to 4 months. At my peak, I think I was losing probably 10 pounds a week. It was quite a bit, and I just noticed it was falling off of me.
So we are proud to announce that we are releasing a virtual weight loss program. What makes our program so successful for both men and women is the fact that we are treating exactly the reason why you're gaining this weight in the first place. By addressing your insulin insensitivity, your hormone balancing, your lifestyle, treating everything. We really focus on you and your needs.
Now open in Yakima. Go to newuwomensclinic.com to start your weight loss journey today.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Do you own a dishwasher but only use it for storage or as a drying rack? Get better results than hand washing with your dishwasher and Cascade Complete. Your dishwasher does the work for you with temperatures up to 140 degrees, too hot for hands. Some dishwashers even have a sanitizing cycle. Load pots, pans, and tableware at the bottom with plastic and glassware on top. Cascade Complete removes visible and invisible residue for virtually spot-free and shiny dishes. Switch to your dishwasher and Cascade Complete.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
We're back, baby.
Yes.
Hey.
Grandma, he smells really good.
Name something your mate's booty has in common with the basketball.
It bounces.
Celebrity Family Feud, new Thursday on ABC.
David Muir on the ground in Texas with the families holding on to hope as they search for loved ones and the brave children singing on the bus as they were rescued. Tonight, the extraordinary stories of survival. Our team is there. World News Tonight with David Muir is the most watched newscast in America.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County, where it's going to be seasonal today. So that means normal high temperatures for this time of the year, low 80s up towards the pass, mid-90s in Ellensburg, and a little bit breezy up in the Cascades. Peak gusts, though, only between 15 to 20 miles per hour. Light winds in the Kittitas Valley and in the Yakima Valley. Highs here are going to be in the low to mid-90s. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, also mid-90s, plenty of sunshine, light winds. Then for the foothills, it's going to be in the mid to upper 80s in the Morrow County foothills, and then low to mid 90s in the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla County. 70s and 80s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Plenty of sunshine out this way as well, and it looks like the winds are going to be light. Okay, here is today's vegetation dryness forecast. And remember that all of these levels have been adjusted for typical dryness per microclimate. Whenever you see the red on the map, that's not good. Whenever you see the magenta on the map, that's really not good. It is going to be a significant level of vegetation dryness today up in the Cascades, and still critically dry for lower elevations. But the winds, pretty light for today. They were much stronger yesterday. not as much of a factor for today, and also the relative humidity up in the Cascades going to be above 40%. So I think that should curb the fire start potential mostly, but still be on your P's and Q's when it comes to fire safety.
That music can only mean one thing. It's time for another edition of Operation Best Friend. And this week we're catching up with a familiar face who's made a lot of progress.
Yeah, we're talking about Bart. He's a 3-year-old black-mouth cur mix, and while he may be missing a leg, he's got more energy than some of those 4-legged dogs.
After surgery, training, and a whole lot of love, he's now looking for his perfect person or even a foster family to continue his journey.
So let's catch up with the good boy himself. Here's Bart.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Houses, Christine Connolly Realtor, and by Manthite Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Hello, Operation Best Friend fans. This is Mikey's Chance Canine Rescue, and we would like to reintroduce you to Bart. Bart is a 3-year-old black mouth cur mix, or at least as best as we can identify, we think that's what he is. But Bart is an extra special dog because he's a tripod. He was in an accident when he was young, and he was surrendered by his family because they couldn't pay for the amputation. So Mikey's Chance took him over, got him all cleared medically, but he did lose one of his rear legs. But you wouldn't know it. He acts like a 4-legged dog. He runs, he hikes, he loves to play, and so there are no issues whatsoever. Last time we had him here, he had a couple little behavioral problems that needed to be worked on. And we brought him up to Maddox Dog Academy, and they did wonders with him. He's now leash trained, gets along well with other dogs, still not so much for cats, but he is really ready to be your forever best friend. He's crate trained, he's potty trained, he loves car rides, he loves snuggling, he loves stuffies, as in stuffed animals, and he is just a joy to be with. Right now, because he is up at the training academy, we are looking for, obviously, a forever home, but he could also use a foster to continue to work with him and make him the best dog ever. So if you're looking for your best friend, put in an application for Bart. You won't be sorry.
Bart's a cutie.
He's giving me Scooby-Doo vibes.
Yeah, he does have a little
looks like Scooby-Doo.
Scooby vibe.
Yeah, for Bart, let's find a forever Homer, like Bart Simpson, Homer Simpson.
Oh,
But
I see what you did. I like that.
This guy.
But anyway, I met Bart yesterday.
I did
Sweetheart.
too. I didn't even notice that he was a tripod. He really did have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Like you would never tell.
I love it. So he could be yours. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, your morning sprint. Everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. And we're keeping a close eye on this fire burning in Yakima. This is the East Viola fire. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth will have not only your first alert forecast, but also your fire forecast as well, as level 3 evacuation orders remain in place for areas surrounding this fire. We'll have more on it after the break.
For years, everyone thought Verizon had the best network, because they did. But now the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. Some fancy experts finished a network test, and T-Mobile sort of opened a can of whoop-up. T-Mobile's network has the most advanced 5G, with more towers, and their signal reaches further than ever. So you can text and Insta-talk and say, "You won't believe where I am." Seriously, where am I? Hey, I got signal.
Beat the heat and sleep cool this summer with our Sleepmore Copper mattress. Infused with copper to draw away heat and moisture, the Sleepmore Copper mattress will keep you cool and comfortable all summer long. Truckloads of special buys arriving daily. Get the 8-inch copper for $2.99, the 10-inch for $3.99, or the 12-inch for $4.99. Plus, every Sleepmore Copper mattress purchase includes 2 free memory foam pillows and free shipping. Only at More Furniture, where everyone gets more for less.
I'm Eduardo Morfin. Morfin Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
Attention viewers. Good News Today, produced by Richland Lutheran Church, airing Sundays at 9 a.m., will be airing this Saturday, July 19th at 9 a.m. Good News Today will resume its regularly scheduled time on Sunday, July 27th at 9 a.m.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Well-qualified buyers can get 4.9% APR for 60 months on all 2025 Silverado HD pickups when you finance with GM Financial. See your community Chevy dealers.
It's random, it's real. It's the $25,000 Big Cash Bash at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Get ready because anyone could randomly win $100 cash. Only on July 19th from 1 to 7 p.m. Everyone playing in the winner's row wins. No entries or membership required. Show your club card and multiply your winnings for up to $500 cash. $25,000 randomly given away in 6 hours. July 19th only. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Stacy Lee. First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are still tracking this East Viola fire that is burning in Yakima. This is pretty close to the Yakima River. In fact, it's right on the Yakima River. This is I-82, Washington 24, just off the page, and this is to the south of the wastewater facility. There are level 3 go now evacuations in place for both sides of the Yakima River, south of the Nob Hill overpass to the I-82 bridge by Union Gap. We'll continue to keep a very close eye on this. Thankfully, wind's going to be pretty light for today, so that's going to be advantageous to the firefighting efforts, not only in Yakima, but also on the Yakima and Klickitat County line, which is where the boundary fire is burning. Otherwise, beautiful skies for today, a lot of sunshine, and high temperature is going to be a little bit hotter compared to yesterday, normal for this time of the year, low to mid 90s for lower elevations. Then for tonight, could have some areas of upper level haze, a little bit thicker in southern portions of Morrow and Umatilla counties, but most of us will be mostly clear and mild with 60s for lower elevations, 50s up in the Cascades, 50s and 60s in the Blues. For tomorrow, a little bit hotter, about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year, so we'll be around 100 degrees in the lower Columbia Basin, 70s and 80s up in the mountains, and the winds a little bit more noticeable for tomorrow. Still a lot of us with light wind gusts, but the strongest winds will be in the Kittitas Valley and the Morrow County foothills, as some of those peak gusts could be around 25 miles per hour. So we're not too concerned about the fire start potential for tomorrow. Of course, that potential is not going to be zero. It's not going to be zero at any point this summer, but it's not going to be as potent. The setup's not going to be as potent as it was over the past couple days. High temperatures technically a little bit hotter for Friday, but after that they fall off, not only to seasonal values, but actually a little bit below average, about 5 degrees below average by Monday. So that'll be a nice little switch up. And this will be a nice switch up as well. At least it has the potential to be. Little shower chances in the mountains for Monday and Tuesday. That's the good news. The bad news is that it could come along with some chances for thunder and lightning. And if that comes to fruition, that could also pose a fire start risk. So we'll keep a very close eye on it. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Near 100 Thursday and Friday, but much more comfortable Saturday through Tuesday. In Yakima, mid-90s today through the end of the work week, then more seasonal stuff Saturday and beyond. In Ellensburg, winds pick up again Friday through Sunday. Per usual, we'll watch the fire start potential very closely. Then in Hermiston, highs around 100 tomorrow and Friday. Then they'll hover around 90 Saturday through Tuesday. Finally, for Walla Walla, a bit hotter over the next couple days, but cooling off again this weekend and into the beginning of next week.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:53. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
And we start with top 5 local things that you need to know this morning, as crews in Yakima are still working to contain that brush fire sparked near East Viola Avenue. Giving you a live look right now from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. You can see the smoke still billowing. High winds carried embers actually across Interstate 82. That's the roadway that you can see right there. And the embers ignited the roof of the Gear Jammer restaurant. Fire crews were able to get that fire put out. Evacuation level 3 orders still in place for areas along the Yakima River south of the Nob Hill overpass to the I-82 bridge by Union Gap. We're keeping a close eye on this fire.
And a man is in jail after police say he was giving out $100 bills and threatening to harm others at the ranch and home in Kennewick. Police say the suspect admitted to using cocaine and that he had more in his car. He was arrested for DUI and other charges.
And just hours earlier, another driver was pulled over near Canal and Quinault after nearly hitting a pedestrian. An off-duty Benton County deputy spotted the reckless driver and called police. That's when Kennewick police showed up. They say 29-year-old Kendra Schatz was under the influence and is now facing DUI charges.
And the city of Pasco is one step closer to naming a new city manager. The mayor says they're finalizing a contract with their top pick, and it's someone he hopes will connect with the community and hit the ground running. They say they hope to have the contract for that new manager finalized by the end of this month.
And finally, you just met him a minute ago. We want to show him to you again. Bart, the three-legged pup with a heart of gold, is still looking for his forever home through Mikey's Chance Canine Rescue. He is leash trained, potty trained, and full of love. Just not a huge fan of cats. So if you're interested in fostering or adopting Bart, head to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
In your national headlines this morning, the Department of Education says it's opening an investigation into the University of Michigan. Officials say this comes after a review of the university's foreign reports, which revealed, quote, inaccurate and incomplete disclosures. The Trump administration says the university mislabeled some donations that amount to millions in foreign funding. In your health headlines, we're learning that Americans' unpaid medical bills will remain on their credit reports after all. Just last week, a federal judge annulled a Consumer Financial Protection Bureau rule that would have removed the medical debt. But a Texas district judge found the rule exceeded the Bureau's authority under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The rule would have removed nearly $50 billion in medical bills from credit reports of 15 million people. And it also would have boosted a person's credit score 20 points on average, and that's according to the Bureau.
5:56 in your sports headlines this morning. The medals for the 2026 Winter Olympic Games have officially been revealed. Take a look at your screen. Organizers unveiling the medals for the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics. The big reveal comes about 200 days before the games start. Medals designed by the Italian State Mint and Polygraph Institute are made from recycled metals using renewable energy. Each medal features a split design to symbolize both Olympic and Paralympic values.
They are pretty.
I love it. I love the Olympics. Everything about them.
I watched for the first time, like the last one. Just a little bit, yeah.
For the first time?
I know. I'm going to watch it more, though. Don't look at me like that. Anyways, trending this morning.
Trending this morning is for the fact that she has never watched the Olympics before.
Well, I mean, brazenly. Anywho's, nothing says summer like the Olympics. No, nothing says summer like a hot dog, a bun, and a picnic or baseball game or the Olympics.
Or the Olympics. And today, enjoy it because it's National Hot Dog Day.
Praise me. It is observed every year on the third Wednesday in July, which is National Hot Dog Month. So you can celebrate the whole day.
And as everybody knows, you can enhance the summertime staple with relish, mustard, or any number of other toppings. And the most popular one, mustard edges out ketchup.
Wow.
According to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, there's a Hot Dog and Sausage Council?
Can we be board members of that?
I am a board member.
Yeah.
Not only a member, but you're the president.
Yes.
The group says Americans eat 7 billion hot dogs through the summer season between Memorial Day and Labor Day. So what's your go-to topping?
Jalapenos.
Ooh, yum.
Yes.
This is going to be really boring, just ketchup.
So I don't like ketchup except for when there's a hot dog. Like I don't like it for anything else.
Okay.
But with the hot dog, it's
It
right.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
What about you? Go to?
Well, let's see. I do like a little ketchup, a little mayo. I like a little sauerkraut. I mean, like if we're
like
really
loaded
doing
up,
it.
yeah.
Like a loaded hot dog.
Maybe a little relish.
Sure.
If we're really doing it.
I like it when I'm watching the Olympics, you know.
Oh, naturally. Yeah, that's your go-to Olympic meal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you say a few days ago macaroni with like cut up hot
Macaroni
dog?
and cheese and hot dogs, yes.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
It's a thing.
I guess I gotta try that. Lots of
You
things.
know it's a thing. We'll teach them about the thing.
Okay.
Help me teach them. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest.